Hello, friends. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, depending on when you are seeing me. Today, I have brought to you a very well known type of black tea that I have never had before. This is Yingde Black Tea, produced in Yingde County, Guangdong Province, China. This is a tea that was produced in order to compete with British teas such as Assam and Ceylon teas, as the exports market of China when it came to black tea in the 1950s was dwindling and Britain's hold on black tea was increasing. Chinese government and certain institutions tried to find a way to compete with these British teas and create a tea that was mainly made for export. So it was made with the Western world in mind. As such, the type of leaf that was used was not the native Camellia sinensis, var sinensis plant that was at that time native to Guangdong. They instead used Camellia sinensis var assamica that was brought over from Yunnan province. This gave the tea that bold, robust flavor that, for example, Assam tea is known for because Assam is produced from the Indian variety of Camellia sinensis var assamica, while this is made with the Chinese variant of Camellia sinensis var assamica. As such, we can expect from this tea to have that very bold, very malty, a slightly sweet flavor, a clear liquor, and I think it'll be a great tea. Let's begin. So, as you can appreciate here, these are the leaves of the tea itself, very wiry, very good looking leaves. It's not a particularly body tea, but that doesn't matter. What matters is the taste itself. Some teas look very appealing when they are very tippy, for example, when they are very body teas. But I believe that this tea will be good. I got it for a decent sum of money. It wasn't precisely cheap, but it wasn't, prohibitively expensive. And, I didn't have more black tea. I had run out of the black tea that I already drank on a regular basis. So might as well just try this one out because I had tried quite a few Chinese black teas, cumin, various Congo teas, Bailing Congo, Tanyang Congo, various Dianghongs, but I hadn't had this specific tea, which, doesn't matter. Today will be our first time. So, let me first of all warm up our vessel. I'm going to make this as brief as possible because I believe that I maybe took way too long last time in my last video. I will make sure not to talk so much and we'll go straight into the business. So first of all, let's warm up our vessel. Today I'm going to use the teapot, the small, about 85 milliliter teapot, because it technically it technically has a 100 milliliter volume, but in practice, it's never close to that. So let's just warm that up, and after that, I'm going to slightly dry the teapot. I think that's about enough. So let's pour it out. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Now, let me just give it a bit of whiz, just make sure that it's dry. I'm going to heat up the leaves in a way that's kind of similar to the chow chow method. So that means that we will heat up the leaves because, you may usually either make a rinse and then let the leaves in the vapor that's contained within the vessel to open up the leaf. But for this one, I'm not going to rinse. I don't typically rinse black tea. Okay. Let me put this here in my my paper tool, my paper tea funnel. So there we go. We put in the tea delicately. There we go. Okay. Oh, some of it went out. Well, it's okay. Oh, pick that up. Pick that up. Okay. Okay, there we go. So just put that in to make sure. I'm gonna give it a bit of a small whip like that, just to make sure that the smaller bits go to the bottom. And we're going to heat up the leaves the following way. I have this, and it'll serve as well. I'm gonna use this plate, and I'm going to pour some hot water on the teapot. Okay. As this teapot seals quite well, the tea inside doesn't get wet, so we just pour out like that, and we just give it a bit of a moment. There we go. Okay, I'm going to look for some more hot water, so in the meantime I am going to make a brief pause. Okay, I think that's about enough, so let's take our teapot out. I think that the tea will be ready. Let me try it up here. Okay, let me put this elsewhere. I'll drain that water later. Let's bring our utility little, I'm not sure if I should call it a desk or something like that. Okay, let's have a whiff of the tea. Let's see. Oh yeah, there you have it. It's very fruity. It has a smell that reminds me of a mix of cocoa, perhaps raspberry. Well, I don't think I've had, a lot of experience with raspberry, but it reminds me of something like that. It's very malty, chocolatey. There's a note at the end that kind of reminds me of, I mean, like some sort of baked good, but I'm not sure what specific baked good it reminds me of, but okay, whatever. We have your teapot. Let's put this here. Very well. On to our first rinse of this Yingde Hong. I sure hope. Let me try. I'm gonna change the angle because as I'm gonna pour, I want it to. Okay, yeah. That's good. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, so we pour in some water around. And then out. Yeah. Okay, it's a very clear color so far. I believe it'll get darker, so don't worry. This is just our first rinse. Let me try here. Okay, let me open up and also see the smell of the leaves now that I have poured some hot water in. Yeah, it's that very classic black tea notes. Very nice aroma. Okay, so let me change the angle back. Okay, so we have brewed the tea. Now let's taste the tea. Let's see. Okay. Oh. Let's give it a bit of a whiff. The liquor itself smells, very similar to the teapot. Let me close this. Put it out. Okay. Okay. It's very good. It's good. But I'll pause the video just a minute because I think that the next infusion will be even better. So allow me a moment. Okay, let's go for our next infusion. It's gonna be very brief, just like the first one, because I just opened up the tea. Very well. Let's try this here. Let's try the teapot a little bit. Let's open this. Okay, okay. Let's go for our second steeping, which should be more revealing of the nature of this tea. Okay, that's good. As you can see, the liquor has acquired a bit of a darker color. This is, just supposed to happen. It's standard. And let's taste now. Now, before that, because it's still too hot, let me check out the aroma in the teapot to see how it has evolved. It has revealed it is somewhere, to me, it's somewhere between the smell you may get from a Dian Hong, like like some golden needle or some sun dried Yunnan red tea, and not a Keeman, but it reminds me of some a tea that's somewhere in between Bailing Gong Fu, that Bailing Congo, and that Yunnan red tea. I mean, it's technically closer to the Yunnan red tea because it's Camellia sinensis varasamica, not varsinensis. Uh, but the smell is kind of somewhere in the middle for me. Let's taste it now, and I'll describe it. I think this rinse will be enough. Maybe we'll do another one. Actually, it doesn't taste that bold, to be quite honest with you. It's very light-footed, quote unquote, very delicate, very airy. It's not bad. There's a bit of a quote unquote bold base, and the bottom quote unquote of the teapot itself right now, as it stands, it's not super strong. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make my next rinse a bit longer. So let's let's do that. Okay, let's go with our third infusion. Now, as the tea cooled it down, I started to notice certain notes that were kind of creamy in a way that it's definitely something that I hadn't felt in other red teas. Let's go with our third infusion. I'll go a bit longer for this one, okay? Oh, okay. you go. Let's see. Third rinse. Let's see if anything else changes or if what I have detected from the tea as it is well, what it is. At least for this Yingde Hong. Let's go ahead and pour some here. Yes, when I was finishing that second infusion, I detected a level of creaminess that was it was particular. I mean, I've tasted something similar in red tea, but it didn't feel the way this one did. The flavor itself, is it like Assam? No, it's not. It's something different. Um, it's it's a bit it's well behaved. It's not very bombastic. It's not on your face flavor, but it's also not as delicate or flowery as like what you call it, some Ching Shang Xiao Chong. No tones there, so awful pronunciation, but it's not like that either. Let's see this third steeping. Oh, okay, okay. I think this. Wait, hold up. Loud truck in the background. I apologize for that. But yeah, okay, okay. Now we're onto something. Yeah, maybe I should have rinsed this tea because now I get that kick. Yes, that is that boldness, richness, denseness that I read about when people talked about this tea. It's a bit malty, a bit sweet, but caramelly sweet, but overly very rich body, not very floral, not super aromatic. It's I think if this is a good representation of what Ying De Hong is, which I'll have other Ying De Hongs to see if they're as good or as bad or whatever. But at least from what I can gather, yes, I can see how this tea was developed with the Western market in mind. I like it. Now that I have tasted this third steep and the tea kicked in, now I can say it's very nice. I mean, it's very creamy as well. A bit of astringency at the end, but it's just the right amount of astringency. Yes, sweet, rich, a bit malty. Not super malty, but a bit malty. But it's very rich. It's not on your face. It's not vulgar tasting. It's it's a good tea. It's a good tea. Is it my favorite red/black tea that I've had? No, it's not. But I think this one is a good option, and I surely look forward to tasting other Ying De Hongs. This one was good. Like I said, perhaps not my favorite black/red tea, but I liked this tea. Uh, so, yes, I think that'll be it for now. Thank you very much, as always, for listening to me talk about tea. It's it's it makes me feel very nice to know that some people out there listen to what I have to say. And as always, I hope you have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever. And see you next time. Take care and bye bye.